What is going on, guys? DBG here, and it's a little bit of a late episode, but it's another episode of a series where I rate your squads. So it's apologies for not getting this out on Sunday or even Monday. I normally upload these every Sunday, and next episode will be on Sunday again. It's just, can't remember, actually I wasn't feeling well on Sunday. Monday was obviously the first day, kind of like pre-next gen. I was watching that, and then obviously yesterday was the start of next gen. So I had to do a few things first, but anyway, now we're going to get onto it. So, this team right here. Nobody spent D-Will as gold range, Larry as silver clamps, 5 out, 3 hunt, rim run, lying to kick out or play in the post if there's a mismatch, also run a lot of pick and rolls, have 1 million MT but hoarding as much of it as you don't plan on buying high rated cards. I'm struggling to speak. The last few days, to be honest. But yeah, so Darren, Clay, Tyreek, Larry Johnson, Mike, and that's good. Good bench. I would definitely try to put clamps on JoJo. And Cooper's good badged up, but not the biggest fan of him not badged up. I like AK. Hoarding empty is smart though. Hoarding empty is really smart. So again, I think this is a nice team. This is like an 8 out of 10 team. I'm a big fan of Darren Williams. Big fan of Darren Williams. Big fan of JoJo. You don't have any weak players in your team. If you can get Tyreek Evans released down, you're sorted. Like, he's one of those players where a lot of people hate him. I'm a massive fan of Tyreek Evans. So he is definitely a player that you should look for if you, or that you shouldn't look to get rid of. To be honest, there's no real players that are cheaper than you can get that's better. Just keep the team. You're fine. You're fine. Like, you can't really tactically downgrade an AK. He's only 10k or whatever. Cooper's unbelievable value. Clay's unbelievable value. So, like, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, No Money Spent started 3 weeks ago. Darren, Dunleavy, Dia, Jimmy, and Donovan all badged out. And Cooper has gold quick first step. Have 120k. Okay. So, basically, your whole team's basically badged out. You've got with badges, you got 2 of the best point guards in the game. I don't think anyone would argue with Darren Williams and Donovan Mitchell, especially on PS or what's it, PS4 or Xbox One. They are definitely unbelievable. Michael Cooper's pretty nice. Mike Dunleavy, Badge Dunleavy's a beast. Badge Boris Diaw is incredible as well. I love Bargnani, love LaFrance. This is an 8.7 out of 10. This team's quality. This team is quality. Like, Jimmy Badge's unbelievable. Donovan's unbelievable. You've got Cooper as a god tier defender. Bargnani and LaFrance are perfect. The only thing I would probably do is, no, you can't. Just keep your 120k. Your team's fine. This is pushing the 9 out of 10 territory. All these guys badged up. If you got them all for cheap, this is one of the best budget teams in the game. This team's fantastic. Then we have, okay, it's not letting me, there we go. This team right here. I like the 3 hunt, get a lot of points transition. Richie and Lanier both have Heart Crusher. Byron, Dunleavy, and Griffith all badged out. Okay, that's interesting. Willing to make any replacements. Okay, so you got 100k. Richie's a beast, man. Richie is a beast. I'm not a fan of Lanier, but if you are a fan of Lanier, he's perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with the card. I just don't particularly like him. He is really good as a player, though. Then we got Boris Diaw, Mike Dunleavy, who is really nice. Again, hopefully Diaw has some badges. Bailey Hell is a beastly corner shooter, great rebounder. Bargnani's a beast. Bruce Bowen's fantastic. Byron Scott badged up is unreal. If you're sticking on current gen, Byron Scott badged up is fantastic. If you are planning on moving to next gen, I'd sell Byron Scott, because he's not, trust me, he's not great next gen. But this team's like it's like an 8 out of 10, kind of similar level to the first. Not quite as good as this team, but as good as this team. Man, none of these squads are bad. People are sending in good squads right here. No Money Spent with 600k in team, 1,000 tokens. Want to replace Cooper because he has no range with a power forward, and move Jimmy Butler to SG off the bench. Okay, let me have a look. Have Williams, Butler, Diaw, Cad, JoJo, Dunleavy, and Jackson badged out. Okay, let me have a look. Cat's insane. Bargnani's really good. Jackson, Diaw are both great. Okay, I see why you want the power forward, so you can start like a Jackson or a Dunleavy. You can start Jackson, move Dunleavy 2 out of the bench and a power forward in there. There's no one really like If you want to use AK, but AK doesn't have range either. Like, AK might work fine at that power forward position because AK is good. Or like a Bailey Howell, but they're not really much upgrades. If you really, like, I think Cooper's better. But if you really want to say run Jimmy at the 2, then an AK at the 4 works. Dunleavy's insane. This is like a 9.2 out of 10 team. This team's really, really nice. And no need to spend any MT. Like, again, this is one of those situations where if you can't win with this team, you're probably not going to be winning with an ultra expensive team. Like, these guys badged out. I hope you bought them badged out. I hope you didn't overspend on badges. But yeah, absolutely really nice team. That's a really, really nice team. So yeah, we've gone through some good teams right here. We have gone through some good teams. And this team right here, no money spent. I run 5 out. Everybody's badged out completely. Stockton with difficult shots, Heart Crusher, Range, Deadeye, Miles with quick first step, clamps, and more. Jackson badged out Jimmy and Gordon, gold range. Okay. I like this. Wait, who's Gordon? Jackson badged out. Gordon? What do you... Who's Gordon? Eric Gordon's not here. Gordon Hayward doesn't have a good card. But Stockton's fantastic. Everyone's badged out completely anyway, so that means you're sorted. Like, this team's really, really nice. I don't like Darius Miles. Quick first step more. I mean, if you like him, be my guest. Use him. You do you, but I don't like that card. I really like everyone else in your team, though. I really like everyone else on the team. Like, Jackson is insane. Jimmy's insane, badged out. Petrovic is really nice. I'm guessing Drazen. Does Drazen already have it instead of Gordon? I'm guessing that's Drazen. Drazen's really nice. Lowry's good. Cooper's good. Jackson's good. I really like Bob Love, and Ralph's pretty nice. So, and then you've got Bargnani in there in case you're struggling with Ralph in terms of shooting. This is the best team we've seen so far. This is the best team. I've scrolled the wrong way. Actually, I'm not sure. This team's really nice. This team's is like close to that team. So I'm gonna say like a 9 out of 10. Okay. See, not this team. This team is a 9 out of 10. Still not the biggest fan though, Darius Miles. Okay. Have Steve Francis instead of Terry on track to get Blake. Okay, you gotta get Blake, man. Okay. You 186k. Okay. Sell Allen Houston. I like Houston. Sell him. Move Eric Gordon to the 2. Keep Sharif, keep Bargnani, keep LaFrance. Sell Giannis. You can get better for Giannis than cheaper. Or you can get better than Giannis for cheaper. You can also massively improve on World Be Free. If you got Steve Francis in there for Terry off the bench, honestly, there's so many guys you can use. But Doc Rivers, Ruby's probably the guy. Instead of Allen Houston, freaking Buddy Hield. Like, Houston's better, but Buddy Hield's like 4k. Cooper's fine. I'm gonna say Clay's fine as well. I mean, I can't give him more than a 6 out of 10. It's just not good. Get Blake and things change. Add Blake into this team and things change, but I can't give him more than a 6. I'm sorry, I can't give him more than a 6. Okay, 3 home Curried and Wall rim runs. I like this team. How Dominique didn't like him. You're a PC player, got money from playing the market. Oh, you have 6 million MT. But if you guys are wondering what 6 million MT on PC is like having 300,000 MT on console. So it's not like, it's really easy to play the market. I remember was it 2K19? I bought 5 Ben Wallaces for 100k MT each, and I sold them all for 10 million. Like, I remember in 2K19, I don't think I genuinely didn't put a cent into that game. And everyone was just like, oh, he's buying millions of MT. It's like, in that game, I didn't. I just kept getting 10 million MT at a time from Ben Wallace's cards. But yeah, it's ridiculous how easy it is to play the market on PC. But Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Tracy McGrady, Giannis, Bill Russell. Ooh, that's a nice team. Then you got Brandon Roy. I don't like Roy, but if you like Roy, be my guest. Again, use him. No problem with that. I hate Greg Oden. I'm going to say this right now. I hate Greg Oden. Get David Robinson. You have all unlimited MT. Get D-Rob in. D-Rob is a lot better than Greg Oden. But you got a lot of the best cards in the game. Like, I can't give this any less than like a 9.2 out of 10. But right here, from this team here. So, no money spent, 5 out, currently looking for other ways to run your offense. I mean, I don't really know many other ways of running an offense. D-Will, goal range, intimidator, handles for days. Mike Cooper, silver, quick first step. Don Mitchell, silver, handles for days, intimidator. Yeah, badging is ridiculously expensive. Okay, so this team right here. D-Will, Mike Cooper, Kevin Durant, Bailey Howell, and George Mikan. Kevin Durant is one of the worst value cards in the game. He's fine, but he is not, like, he's more than 100k. Trust me, he's one of the worst value cards in the game. Rolando Blackman, just get Eric Gordon instead of him. Eric Gordon is just objectively better than Rolando Blackman, so I would definitely get him. Dunleavy's fine if he's badged. Diaz good. I mean, you've got Bargnani there, so if Buck Williams is struggling, you're fine. This team does have weak points. It does definitely have weak points. Like, no, like the only real player that can create any shot on your starting lineup is Darren Williams. I tactically downgrade Kevin Durant. You can save like 100, like Jimmy Butler's is better than Kevin Durant. You can save basically 100k or like 60, 70k, whatever it goes, whatever you profit from selling Kevin Durant and buying Jimmy Butler. Kevin Durant is definitely not a player that I would look at if I were you. He's a player I would sell. He's just like a 7 out of 10. This team right here. So this team right. So now we're on to this squad. Dio is somewhat badged out. Bronze clamps on Griffith. 120k MT to spend. Really like Miller, Griffith, and Kristaps. I hate Kristaps, but if you like Kristaps, use him. Trust me. Miller is fantastic though. Looking to upgrade Skal and Bargnani, maybe Bowen too. Bowen is definitely not a player you should look to upgrade. Like if you want to upgrade, like Bowen's like 4k MT. If you want to upgrade Bowen, you're paying 50k. Like to get an upgrade on Bowen, you're paying about 50k. So for that reason, I would not. Bowen would be the last player I look to upgrade. I mean, you can very easily just do a quick upgrade and put in Jeff Green for Scalabrine, where you make, like, you save MT and Jeff Green's just slightly better. Especially, dude, if you're next gen, Jeff Green's a god. Ricky Rubio's really nice. I like Sleepy as well. If Sleepy's badged out, like, Sleepy kind of has to be badged. Rubio's fine without badge, but you kind of have to badge up Sleepy. I mean, by the sounds of things, you don't have the most badges, but this team isn't bad. Like, this is by far from bad. It's like 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's not a terrible team. Like, not a team I'd run. I'm not bad at all. Okay, pick and pop and roll heavy. Hawks freelance. Looking upgrades to 4, 700k in the bank. Darren is range, tanks in advance. Okay, perfect. Darren Williams, Drazen, T-Mac, Diao, and Amare. Steve Francis, Clay, Jimmy Bailey, and Andre Bargnani. Okay, you've got 700k. If you want an upgrade to 4, try find a cheap badge out Steven Jackson. But it's hard. It's really hard to upgrade to 4 because a lot of the best power forwards are super expensive. You're paying quite a lot of money. Honestly, selling Bargnani and picking up D-Rob is... Selling Bargnani, selling Amare and picking up D-Rob. I prefer Bargnani to Amare. I'm probably the only one. I don't like Amare Statamar. I think D-Rob is probably a lot... Or not probably, is a lot better. T-Mac's nice. Darren Williams, Drazen, great. I like Steve Francis a lot more than most people. Clay is good. Jimmy's good. He's like an 8.5 out of 10 team. If you know how to high T-Mac on defense, this team is fantastic. Upgrade to 4. It's hard to get an upgrade to 4. Like, I wouldn't suggest locking in for anybody, and I wouldn't suggest paying a ludicrous amount of money for any player. So it's very hard to get anyone good at the 4. So honestly, I'd either stick with those or try find a cheap Steven Jackson badged up. Okay, this is the second last team. Okay, so about to sell both Arenas and Duncan after you finish their quests. Typically use Bargnani and Fisher. Any advice for a good budget point guard? Want to save for 2 more idols. Okay, so like if you have Fisher, sell Gilbert. I like Gilbert. Sell Gilbert and just start Fisher at the 1. Oh, sorry. About to sell both Arenas and Duncan. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't even read that. I mean, selling, you don't really have to sell Duncan, but like if you want to sell him, go ahead. Because he's good. He's good. Like, Duncan's way better than Gilbert is. So once you get both of those done, yeah, I would sell. I'd definitely sell Gilbert. If you want to sell Duncan, sell Duncan. I'm guessing you're going for the Idols reward player as well if you've got Grant Hill and Dominique after getting the Julius Erving. So Steph Curry is absolutely fantastic. Obviously Steph Curry starting, Fisher on the bench, and Bargnani for dunking. Oh, Bargnani's fine. Bargnani's fine. Like, look, your 1, 2, and 3s are elite. Like, they're all elite. Power forwards, like, look, for the price, can't get any better. Centers for, you've got Draymond, and then Bargnani's perfectly fine to have in there. That's basically the guys I run. So it's like a 9. It's a 9.5. It's a 9.4 out of 10. It's like a 9.9 out of 10, 1 to 3, and then like an 8.7 out of 10 at the 4 and 5. So I'm gonna say like 9.3, 9.4. If this was me, for my play style, this is the best squad we've seen so far. But for most people, there are definitely better squads than this. Okay, so last team right here. Shoot a lot of threes, rim run a lot as well. Darren Williams is half quick first step and silver range. Okay, so I assume nobody else is badged out. I mean, you've got no MT. Darren Williams is fantastic. Like, you can't upgrade. Like, there is no tips I can give. For your MT amount, this is probably as perfect a team as you can get. Like, I really like Kyle Lowry, really like Brian Winters, really like Clay, really like Chris Bone, really like Cooper, really like Diao and Howell, really like your centers. So, there's no tips I can give, but this is about an 8 out of 10 maybe? Or say no, not an 8, like an 8.5. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty, well, that is it. That is the video. This is another episode of the series where I rate your guys' squads. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.